Let's go and see what's happening with Manchester City then. Cigars out, really, Tim?
Yeah, all that's left for him is just to keep a clean sheet. They've got a minute to do it. I think there was a compassionate 2 minutes added on by the fourth official, and I think that's about right. I think Marco Reus would have wanted none, or maybe one, because it's just been an absolute footballing lesson from Man City to this RB Leipzig side, who are going flying high in the Bundesliga. Just shows you the difference in class of that league to the English Premier League. But, you know, 7-1 on aggregate, job done. Well, understatement of the year. Oh, there's De Bruyne, bends it, top corner. I'll take that for good measure. Made that 8-1 on aggregate. What a brilliant strike from Kevin De Bruyne. They just mesmerised everyone. I was almost nodding off with the passes they were making. Goes into De Bruyne, shifts it onto his right foot, 25 yards out, and says, pick that one out of the top corner.
Is that keeping it simple?
He needs to keep it simple.
He's been incredible. But they've all been brilliant. All been fantastic tonight. Really, really good performance. As you can imagine, 7-0.
It is a magnificent 7 for Manchester City. De Bruyne getting in on the act. Ilkay Gundogan, the other goal scorer, 5 to Erling Haaland. The quickest to 5 goals in a Champions League match as well. It took him 57 minutes, quicker than Messi and Adriano, who were the 2 previous players to have got 5 in one game in the Champions League. So it's been some night for Manchester City. Records broken aplenty, and now De Bruyne, his manager, questioning him a little bit coming into this game, and his involvement, wanting more from him. Well, he's just whipped in a beautiful 7th for Manchester City. And it is all over at the Etihad Stadium. It's been over since half-time, really, when Erling Haaland scored that first half hat-trick. The first from the penalty spot, then a header, then his 37th goal of the season to make it 3-0. 2 more followed for him in the second half. He is now City's record scorer in one season. 39 he has got in the campaign, and then De Bruyne just putting the icing on top of the cake, and it's an 8-1 aggregate win. That is why Manchester City are favourites to win the Champions League this season. Leipzig just couldn't get close to them tonight. Erling Haaland is walking around the pitch doing a lap of honour, receiving the adulation of the City fans. He's got the match ball under his arm. He nearly had 2 because he scored 5 tonight. I mean, Tim, look, you've been in this game for a long time. Just talk to me about Erling Haaland and the phenomenon he is.
Incredible, but interesting. At the weekend there, he scores a scruffy goal. I mean, he scores the penalty in the scruffy game against Crystal Palace away. He celebrated more in that game than he is scoring 5 in the Champions League against RB Leipzig tonight. And I think there was a reason behind that. I think it was a plan from the management and the players, and certainly Haaland took it on board. I mean, Pep Guardiola and him went over, and the whole team to the travelling fans. They knew that Man City fans would be watching that at home. They needed a response for the fans. I think they've been underwhelmed by Champions League. You know, there's something they don't like about it, you know, for years and years, but they were on fire tonight, the fans, and straight from the off, the team responded, went and got the ball back as quickly as possible. And this boy is just a phenomenon. I mean, everything fell for him tonight. We were just talking about it there. All 5 goals are scruffy finishing and just bounce for him. But you've got to be in the right place at the right time. It's not luck. It's a knack to put yourself in there time and time again and anticipate where that ball's going to drop. Left foot finishes, headed finishes, right foot finishes. The boy's got the lot. And it was an all-round brilliant team performance, including them Man City fans tonight.
And look, this might be a silly question when he's just scored 5 goals in a game, but is Erling Haaland the difference this season between City coming close in the past and finally getting over the line?
Well, they were phenomenal tonight. I mean, brilliant. I mean, from really free-flowing, everyone played their part, pretty patterns moving forward, won the ball back quickly. But I think he gives them that luxury of winning football matches when they're not playing that well. And I think you saw that at the weekend. He turns up on the big occasion. He just gives them that dimension where you've got a clinical finisher, and when the things are not silky, he will just finish it and he'll put you in a position. I mean, to score the first goal in as many games as he does, then the opposition have to come out, and you know they love sitting back. Listen, no one wants to draw Man City. Have to go. They were in favourites before this. Now they've put a marker down in the sand. No one wants Man City in that draw.
Absolutely. I can say that again. Friday is the draw. Manchester City equaling their biggest European win. They beat Schalke by that scoreline in 2019. They've done it again, 7-0. Haaland denied a record 6th. He was taken off after scoring his 5th.